Good day, my colorful little tulips. I am so grateful you're here and have chosen to join me today. I fully trust there is a divine reason you found your way to this message that is about to unfold. Now, if you resonate with being in the Twin Flame Collective, I just want to say you're not alone. You're actually a part of a very special collective of people who chose to go on this not so easy journey to learn about your own individual sovereignty while also maintaining a relationship with someone else. And that is no easy thing to accomplish. I always think of the divine feminine and the divine masculine as warriors who have awakened to something deeper that is happening here on earth at this time. Now, the Twin Flame Collective did awaken in waves, so at different times. So not every couple is on the exact same timeline, but all couples do go through the same overall steps to get to the final destination, which is union. And it doesn't matter if you resonate with the divine feminine energy or the divine masculine energy in this dynamic. The whole journey can be confusing, overwhelming, and chaotic while you are going through it for both of you. The feminine has never been affected by a masculine like this before, and a masculine has never been affected by a feminine like this before. I just heard he doesn't even know what hit him. I've always said the twin flame dynamic is why they give hurricanes names, because it quite literally is a huge storm that you have to go through to transform. So because this hurricane brings confusion, chaos, and overwhelm, I always set the intention with all my insights to bring clarity to the person I am channeling for. Now, in yesterday's message, clarity came through for a very specific group of divine feminines. So in today's meditation, I wanted to see how the divine masculines are feeling. So I set a specific intention when meditating this morning. And it's so funny because the only thing I saw when I went into my meditation mode was a single picture of the Greek god Atlas. And it just held there in my vision. I don't know why I was expecting a whole movie visual. It seems like this group of masculines that I am channeling are just sweet and to the point with things. Yesterday with the feminine group that I was channeling, I had a whole scene. But honestly, I cracked up when I just got this one visual because it was so straight into the point. So that may have an overlap with someone. It reminds me of the Aries energy or the Sagittarius energy and their bluntness. Anyways, even though I saw only one visual, I still was able to gain so much information for this specific group of masculines in the Twin Flame Collective. Now, the main thing I felt that the masculines wanted to communicate with their feminines in this collective is how much weight they have on their shoulders at this time. And if you are the divine feminine listening, you may be aware of some of the weight of the things that the masculine is carrying because you know things that are going on in his life, or you know the people that are in his life. But from this meditation, I could feel that he's carrying more than he's telling anyone else about. And you may have actually sensed this if you are the divine feminine in the other part of this relationship. And it's not just a little that he's carrying a lot, because this has happened to him over time. Now, I want to explain the visual of what I saw. So Atlas was actually a Greek god who was expected to hold the whole entire sky and the heavens on his shoulders. And it was after a specific war that he was made to carry this burden. So it's like your masculine has had confrontations with things, and either I'm getting shown right now two distinct paths that made him start carrying this heavy weight. It seems like one path was actually direct confrontation, where he faced something and took the responsibility on carrying something. And then it seems like there's another path where people did not want to carry their own burdens or their own traumas, and they actually cast their weights on his shoulders. And I don't really see that this was done maliciously. It almost seems like the person that was doing this was doing so unconsciously. So what has happened over time is he has slowly collected a ton of weight on his shoulders. And so many things are coming through as I'm speaking about this. So this message may take a different turn because a lot of things are coming through. So I really feel like this masculine has some family dynamics where he was just made to grit and bear through it. So that may be specific to someone, grit and bear through it. He just had to basically toughen up and get through anything that got placed on him. And maybe he didn't have a safety net or something, I'm not sure. But I also feel like there is some type of toxicity between someone in his close family. And when I say close family, I'm talking like his mother, his father, maybe a sibling, but someone that is really close to him in his immediate family. And it's like, instead of this person taking responsibility for their traumas and what they do, they blame him or expect him to fix their problems. I immediately just got a visual of a country handing out foreign aid to other countries, but really this country is handing out all of this aid, but the country needs to fix things within its own border. And this seems to be the same for the masculine that I'm channeling. So the masculine in this twin flame dynamic is feeling the weight of everything right now, and it's starting to crush him in some ways. I even see from the divine feminine, he's actually having to confront things within himself that he never even really knew was there because of this dynamic that he's in. And these wounds that he tried to keep pushed down are starting to crack open. It's almost like he was so protective to not let these wounds come out, and now they're beginning to crack open and light is getting in. And so this whole experience is so new and so different to him because he's always had to be closed off in a sense. So now that these wounds are opening up and letting light in, they are exposing emotions. And these emotions overwhelm him sometimes because he is just not used to it. Now, real quick, I do want to say, when I did see the visual of Atlas, he's not standing tall and strong holding up the sky like you may see if you look up the picture online or if you think of Atlas, the Greek god. The visual that I got was this masculine. He was on one knee, kind of like a masculine would be if he was going to propose, but he was hunched over with one hand on the ground supporting him while the other hand was holding the sky on his shoulders. And when I just said ground in that, I saw the earth signs Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So that may have some overlap with someone. But when I saw this visual of the masculine hunched over, holding the world on his shoulders. The masculine looked tired. And he also looked lost, like he didn't know what to say, he didn't know how to handle this, but he also didn't want anyone to fully know either, because it seems like he has a connection to weakness. So it seems, let's talk about the different paths. So it seems like the masculine has had to go to war in some places in his life. Now, this will be very specific, but when I just said that, I saw an ex come up, and then also a child. So it may be that this masculine has had to deal with a toxic ex, and he's having to fight this. Or it's possible that he may have had to start taking responsibility of a child, and he had to fight for this. And another person's guides are coming through and saying that this masculine has tried to avoid responsibility for some things, but that time is up. So he basically has no choice but to take responsibility now. And this is kind of new to him. And I'm seeing something very specifically with finances. I just saw a money bag with a $sign on it. So whomever I'm speaking to, this masculine is wondering how in the world, there's the world that he's holding on his shoulders, how in the world he is going to make all of this work. It's like he's got so many things that want him or need parts of him that he feels stretched thin. And he doesn't know how to manage it all. So if this is you, and you're the divine masculine in this twin flame collective that I'm channeling, your guides are wanting to say that there is a lot of inner work that needs to be done. Yes, you do need to become responsible and take care of what you need to take care of in this lifetime. But also, you need to develop some strong boundaries with people who are casting their burdens on you and making you take responsibility for things that you don't need to take on. And this is going to take some quiet time to reflect on what you do want to take on and what you do not want to take on. And to put up boundaries to those whose energy you do not want to take on or be responsible for. You are not responsible for everyone and everything in your life, no matter how obligated you feel. Now, I just saw a job of some kind, so this masculine may be having issues at work as well. But no matter, it really doesn't matter what area in life it comes through. You have to learn to have a backbone and to say no to those things and those people that do not serve you. You don't have to actually become stronger to hold this whole entire world on the back of your shoulders. I feel like this masculine is seeing things in a certain way, and so instead of realizing that you can actually have a boundary with someone or something and stop carrying the weight of certain things, it's almost like this masculine is beating himself up thinking that he has to become stronger to carry all this weight, and he's just like, why can't I get strong enough? But really, if this is you I'm channeling, it's causing you to crumble. Maybe even cry in moments when you're all alone. Now, I do see some masculines trying to escape the pain, from holding it all together and trying to hold this world. So it could be gambling, alcohol, drugs, just anything that is making you numb or try to escape because you feel like you're just never going to be strong enough to carry it all. But this is the one thing that I want you to know, masculines. You are strong. You are incredibly strong. And divine feminines, if you are listening to this message, Your masculine is strong. You both didn't attract to one another for no reason. You're both strong. But the way this masculine is coming off is weak, or he feels like he is weak. But the key to building back up your strength, if you are the masculine, and to build your spine back up so you can stand straight and tall, is to set some clear boundaries and to cut out people in your life that are not for your best and highest good. So, wow, what a message to come through. It's both heavy, but also promising in so many ways. So if you are here today, I want to thank you for all of the hard work that you have put into your journey. You are absolutely here for a reason. You will be able to help so many people in this collective once you go through this twin flame experience. So I want to thank you for helping the collective and co-collaborating with me today on this message. We need people like you here in this world at this time. Mwah.